Welcome to episode 9 of Have a Shift Day with a special guest, Andrew, joining us.
Hi, everybody.
My
brother.
Yeah.
Wearing the Coyotes jersey.
Yeah.
Love to see it. Episode 9 here. Nick is day-to-day with upper body injury.
Not actually injured, but Nick is unavailable today.
Yeah. He wasn't able to go, but, we got a great episode lined up for you guys. And, yeah.
We miss you, Nick.
Yeah. And the Penguins kind of had like a week off here, so
yeah,
it'll be nice to get the old legs a little break here. And I saw the boys went to Vegas a little early. It's probably got loose. Maybe party night. I don't know.
Partying up down there.
Yeah. Anything to get this one in Vegas tonight.
Yeah, but again, welcome.
Thank you.
Andrew.
I'm very excited to be here, so thank you for having me.
It's awesome.
Been looking forward to this.
Yeah.
A couple other things just to announce before we do dive into everything. A reminder that we do have our merch. The link is in our Instagram bio. I personally did buy a sweatshirt, and it looks pretty good.
I gotta get a t-shirt.
Yeah, you and Nick both need to get merch.
Nick bought something.
Good.
I still have to get on that.
And also we have our All-Star Draft live stream coming up. We're probably going to do that through the Inside the Rink YouTube, actually. So we'll have more details on that soon. I will talk with Connor about that, but that live stream is happening.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. It's gonna be very fun.
But last week, you and I and Nick went to the watch party.
It's a great time.
So even though the Penguins lost, we had a lot of fun. Shout out to the Penguins in-arena host, Jaden, for introducing himself to us and following the podcast now, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, he came up to us. We started talking. Really nice guy. He's very awesome. He came up to us, like he went out of his way to talk to us, and we very appreciate that. And he messaged us on Instagram. We got slid into the DMs.
Yeah, there you go.
So, and he said next time we go to a game, he's just let him know, and we'll see what happens. I'm excited.
Get some connections in there.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
We were really kind of hoping that actually mostly I was. They did some trivia that night, which it was fun, yeah. But we were hoping he'd come over to us and we'd plug the podcast, but that didn't happen.
Might get another chance.
Yeah,
maybe.
I think we might. I think we might.
There were a lot of kids who were answering questions, so let the kids have their time.
Exactly.
None of us won the raffle. That's okay.
But that Carolina game, like you could tell I was so mad.
Oh yeah. It was a rough one. The Penguins did lose 3-2 in overtime.
Yeah. Another overtime loss.
We're not that good in overtime.
No.
No, they stink.
And Erik Karlsson had an interesting comment after that. I had to pull it up real quick. But don't ask.
Shout out my text. Oh, my text last night. That was brutal.
Oh yeah. That was funny. But where is it? I can't find the picture. Oh wait, there it is. No, it's not. Okay, but basically, Erik Karlsson said he said
I have my theories on how to fix the 3-on-3 problems or struggles.
Yeah, maybe if he would score.
Yeah,
that'd be something. I don't know why I can't find that.
He hasn't really done much for his contract.
Not really.
Yeah, but he's on a 7-game point streak, so you can't argue that. But I did see something the other day on Daily Faceoff where they did like a Norris trophy ranking based pure on like analytics and stuff. His analytical game, like he's really good. Pure analytics, he's good. He was third in the Norris trophy rankings based off analytics, but like as you mentioned, like on the eye test, like we're not seeing.
No,
I would not give him a Norris.
Yeah, we're not seeing like the Erik Karlsson of last year, and I don't think any of us expected 100 points out of him this year.
No,
not right
but
away, and he's starting to get it. But like, it's he's supposed to be one of the top guys in the league, and he's not, really making it look like that right now.
He's making $11.5 million, and he's not playing like he's making that much. That's the highest paid player on the Pens, and we can see more out of him, but I think hopefully when the power play gets going, we'll see the production come out a little more.
Do you think they should swap Letang and Karlsson on the power play? Like put Letang back up top? Do you think that would get things going a bit?
I've considered that one. It's not a horrible idea. Both, I'm looking at it right now. So Karlsson, through 42 games, has 31 points. and Letang has 29 points through 42 games. So they're both pretty even so far. So maybe keep Carlson, but I think their bigger issue with the power play that I've kind of seen is, it's a weird way to look at it, I think they have too much star power up there, which is a weird thing to complain about. But they need to go back to that old style when they had like Patrick Hornquist out there, gritty guy in front of the net, doing the dirty work, and then you let the stars, kind of take care of the rest. Whereas you got too many shooters out there. You got to have more people out there to help.
But the thing is, they have those shooters and they don't shoot.
Yeah, well, they have the shooters, they don't shoot. And, we talk about arguing, like, Letang should be on a power play 1. But, like, I think Letang's been really good in his role and, like, focusing on the penalty kill and his, like, defensive part of the game. Like, that has took a huge step forward since him not being on the power play. And Erik Karlsson, he's too talented not to be on the first power play.
No, that's true. And Letang's done great. I'm looking at it right now too. He's a plus 15 right now, and Karlsson's a plus 10. But especially knowing how much more time Letang puts out there on the penalty kill, that's impressive numbers to see. Yeah,
and we mentioned no one wants to shoot the puck. Like, someone's just got to step forward and say, "I'm gonna carry this power play. Every time I get the puck, I'm gonna shoot it." And that guy should be Sidney Crosby. He's like 7th in goals, I think. He's got 26. Yep. Just let it rip.
Well, they're also selfless, and they need to be more selfish. Because even what game was? I don't know. It was one of the games earlier this week. It was like multiple breakaways, and they would wait till the last second either to shoot. Or they kept looking for the pass. And I'm like, just shoot it. Take the shot. Hope the guy gets the rebound or something. I'm like, and they do it on the power play. I think it correlates with the too much star power. They're trying to spread around the points and the goals evenly to everybody. You just need to have your guy that's out there shooting it and scoring, not just like trying to share it all around and everything.
Yeah,
I mean, it works great when they do the little tic-tac-toe thing, that they do, but sometimes they do it too much.
Yeah,
you just shoot it.
I can see that, but if we're gonna go into this Carolina game, that like first period for the Penguins was brutal.
Oh yeah, they were not.
They came out looking like that was probably the worst period we've seen all year from this team. But they did bounce back in the third period where the big boy stepped up. Jake Guentzel on a nice feat from Sidney Crosby, and then we pull the goalie and we score again thanks to Brian Rust.
Yeah, there was someone at the watch party who was sitting behind us, was like, "No, don't pull the goalie. It's not good when they pull the goalie. That didn't work last time." And then they pulled the goalie. She's like, "Why?" I'm like, "Oh, I really hope they score now to prove her wrong."
Yeah.
I'm like, and I say under my breath, "And that's why we pulled the goalie."
Yep.
Yeah, but they did struggle in the first, and then I feel like that in the second and third, they really got back to their game, and overall, they finished with more shots on goal than the Hurricanes. And we talk about the overtime issue. Like, obviously, the guys aren't as young and as fast as they used to be, and I think 3-on-3 really relies on, like, your speed.
Oh, yeah,
and
for sure.
I feel confident when Crosby's out there, but, like, when Malkin's out there, I just don't think he has the legs to keep up on overtime, especially when you get stuck out there for over a minute.
And he's not been known for the best defensive player ever either.
No.
I mean, he focuses his game on offense, where he's not Crosby, really getting back there, that great two-way player that he is, But, yeah, Malkin, I mean, you can't not have him out there, but you got to put somebody out there that's going to kind of correlate with him better.
Yeah.
I don't know who that exactly
I think you got to put him out there in the right situation, like an offensive face-off.
Yeah.
But I remember in this game, Crosby went off for a change for Malkin, when Crosby should have just stayed on the ice and just played some defense. But he's probably obviously tired. It's overtime. It was a battle. It was a grind of a game. So I mean, we still got a point. We're very lucky we got a point in this game, considering our start.
Oh yeah,
from
exactly
this point on in the season, because these wild card standings are annoying and crazy. Literally, I swear every night I'm like, okay, I need this team, and this team to lose, and then they just all win because, of course.
Penguins are only 1 point out of wild card spot, and they have
games in hand.
Yeah,
too.
two games in hand on Tampa. So yeah, if you look at it by percent wise, they would be tied with Washington for that.
I'm not scared of Washington.
No.
I don't know how they're in the spot where they are. They have a minus 21 goal differential.
Minus 24, actually.
Oh,
mine's outdated.
I have minus 21 on mine.
Maybe I need to reload it again.
Probably.
No? Okay, maybe the NHL app is just wrong. 'Cause it's still saying 24.
Huh. What are you looking at?
NHL.com.
Oh, so am
Standings.
I.
So am I.
Oh, wait, no. That's because I have to... it makes me change the day on it? I didn't know that. They keep updating this thing. I don't know how to work it.
Yeah, the NHL
There it is.
website and app is a little iffy.
I also
What
don't know
about-
technology.
Yeah,
Okay,
that
so
that
maybe
also
Penguins
factors
aren't
in.
1 out. They're 3 out of the Red Wings.
Yep.
Okay, that would make sense.
And the Red Wings have started to pick it up as of late.
Yeah, I
So,
think they're going to be good. They've had a lot of good
yeah.
guys coming through the system and everything. And
Yeah, when
their
I was making
goaltending has gotten better over the years.
my playoff predictions, I was debating like, do I put them in? Do I put Buffalo in? I think ultimately I left Buffalo and Detroit out, but
Yeah.
they're definitely I wouldn't say they're completely surprising me, but they are definitely a little bit.
I look at the
surprised
teams in
to
front of
see.
the Penguins right now. The Capitals, I mentioned, I'm not really afraid of. The Devils, they have some injury issues and
Oh, yeah.
goaltending issues. So I think we can pass them. Then the Islanders, they lost to the Blackhawks last night. And we beat them twice this year. So I think we're better than all three of these teams in front of us. And not to mention we have games in hand on all three of these teams. So
Yeah. So hopefully maybe that odd little break will help us a bit.
Yeah.
But also that bye week's coming up, so we shouldn't really worry about it too much. But also in the West is kind of in a similar place.
Oh, yeah, they are. It's a heated race. Guess who's right in the thick of
a
it?
heated race to get slapped.
The
in the
Arizona
first round.
Yeah.
But if I look at LA, like if I get a 1 seed in the West, I don't want to play the Kings in the first round, even though they're struggling.
Yeah, they're struggling now. They've been really surprising and good this year. Edmonton just took their spot because, I mean, they're
They're on fire.
I think
12-game win streak.
I think Edmonton finishes second in the Pacific.
They
I
probably
really
will
hope
because
Edmonton's-
Vegas has been struggling.
I hope
as of
Edmonton
late,
snaps their
too.
winning streak soon, because I don't want them to break the Penguins' winning streak record.
Oh
I
yeah,
hope so, but I don't know. They figured it out finally.
Yeah.
I knew they would. They're too good not to. You know.
I mean, that wild card race
Mhm.
is
And they're kind of
pretty
Depending-
heated.
depending on how LA play. If LA picks it up and the Oilers stop winning 12 games in a row, they could be right back in the fight with the wild card, because LA has 50 points and Edmonton has 51.
Yeah,
So
and I mean, I think it's gonna be each like division kind of splits it and gets one each.
oh yeah, I could see that happening.
Because each division kind of has a bunch.
Because I think the
like, all right
central,
there.
I think the central, like you can change the order, but
Mhm.
the three are locked: the Jets, the
Oh, yeah.
Avalanche, and the
yeah,
Stars.
those ones won't.
It'll be interesting to see who
change.
finishes at the top in the West between the Jets and Canucks, because they're
I mean, the Jets just don't lose at this point.
no, the
they-
Jets.
I
They've
saw a
I feel like
stat.
they're out of nowhere.
I don't know what.
Yeah, I saw a stat where they haven't gave up more than 3 goals in like 30 plus games.
Oh, their
Wow.
goaltending's
Yeah,
incredible. Hollebuck just never, has a down year. It seems like.
yeah,
Which is
and
always
he
so
he
good.
got paid too,
Oh
so
yeah.
he's living up to his contract.
And the Canucks are a surprise.
Yep, that's
As
the
we
other
talked
one.
about last week when Nick was like, "Oh, I don't think they're going to make the playoffs." And then,
Do you know who's kind of sliding as of late?
oh,
The Rangers.
oh my gosh, they're making it. They are not going to drop out of a playoff spot.
I
No,
hope
they're
so.
fine. Flyers are right there in second.
Ugh.
That's
Flyers are for real. They're not going away.
Why?
and that's been one of the biggest surprises
Yeah.
this year too. I kind of had them towards the bottom.
Yeah, I think
A lot of
everyone
people
did pretty
did.
much.
But
Yeah.
I don't really know what it is. If it's just torts waking them up, or
They
heart of
outwork.
heart waking up.
They play a hard style of
Yeah.
hockey, and they outwork everyone, and the results are coming with that. But do you want to go on to the Kraken game?
Oh yeah, a much happier game. Another shutout for Tristan Jarry, who's tied for the league lead.
With your boy.
Oh yeah, Connor Ingram, gotta love him.
You took the words right out of my mouth. That was perfect.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was at this game. They obviously moved it because the Steelers were playing at 4:00 on Sunday. So the Terrible Towels were out in PVG Paints Arena. It was a good atmosphere, and the boys probably played one of the most solid games of the year. They shut down the Kraken. It was probably one of the easier shutouts for Tristan Jarry. He wasn't too busy. He only had 22 saves. But it was the big boys in this one again. But one thing I want to mention is Drew O'Connor on Malkin's line has been so
good. This year.
He's getting a lot better lately.
Mm-hmm.
It was slow at first, and I was really disappointed because I was expecting kind of this play from him. But now he's turned it around.
Yeah. Especially at like the end of last year where he kind of came onto the scene.
Mm-hmm.
But now he can be like that top 6 guy with Malkin, with Riley Smith out. And
he's young too. So
yeah, exactly.
Legs, so
exactly. We have legs.
We will take any good young player
mm-hmm.
with the age the Penguins are at.
Yeah.
But yeah, and we snapped the Kraken 9-game win streak.
Yeah, that's right. They were
so
hot
many
heading into this game.
Western teams were like on win streaks. We mentioned it last week. The Jets, the Kraken, the Oilers, still on there.
Now Kraken are on a 3-game losing streak.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Completely flipped it around.
Yeah, but the Punch outshot the Kraken 33-22. As you mentioned, the Kraken were hot, but Sidney Crosby's a little hotter than the Kraken. He's been hot all year. 25 and 26.
I really hope he gets into the All-Star skills competition.
Oh, Crosby?
Yeah, and we'll talk more about that later with the All-Star.
Did they not put him in?
We'll discuss later.
I think he's the face of the league. I mean,
yeah.
I was gonna say, I don't know.
We'll discuss that when we get to
not put Crosby in.
More of the NHL news. But yeah, I mean,
this game was just complete all around.
Oh yeah.
First to the whistle to the final whistle. It was just a great game. I mean, I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, they did great. I mean, you can't complain when there's a shutout.
No, you really can't.
Love limiting the shots too, make it a little easier on Jarry. And I mean, I think that's what they got to try and do every single game. Get those a few goals in there, and then play defensively. That's kind of a style a lot of teams don't really sit with too much. I know the Islanders do that quite a bit, but it's more just every team just go out there, score. It's just, I don't know. I think the defensive play in the league's a little underrated, but when you get a game like that, it's nice to see.
Mm-hmm, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, we can turn our attention to another Western team the Penguins are facing tonight. We said they're out in Vegas. They've been there for a few days because they've had a few days off because the NHL schedule was weird.
They can use a few days off too.
Yeah, they could have.
Because I think it's in March. Their schedule is like every other day they're playing hockey.
That bye week's going to be good for them coming up here.
Yeah.
But Vegas has been struggling a little bit lately. Oh, I've gone way.
Yeah, in their last 10 games, they're 5-5. So, and in their last 4, they're 1-3. So, I think so, if I'm reading right. But they are 5-5 in their last 10.
Mm-hmm. They got some injuries.
Yeah, Jack Eichel just hit the IR, so we won't have to face him tonight. But playing in Vegas is always hard. That crowd. It's a really home ice advantage when you're playing in Vegas. But I mentioned they did get there a little early, so the time zone difference probably adjusted there. But a Saturday night in Vegas, you'll probably see Tristan Jarry in this one, I can imagine.
I believe it's supposed to be him.
Yeah.
I can double check. I think it's and then Logan Thompson, who's still a very good goalie, but has not done as well as Aiden Hill. I believe it's a.
Yeah, Logan Thompson.
My thing's saying Jarry and Thompson both expected.
Yeah. Okay, so Thompson, he's been solid, 9/10 save percentage, 2.63 goals against average. I mean, you can't complain about those numbers considering.
No, and he's been their main one in, which is surprising because Aiden Hill has. Maybe I don't know. I don't follow Vegas that closely. Maybe he was injured a little bit.
Aiden Hill's been out for a bit. He's on IR because he's on my fantasy team. He's one of my many injured players.
But his stats have been really good so far. He's got a 9.33 save percentage and a 193 goals against. He's 10-2-2. So
it'll be good for Vegas to get him back. Probably I would think before the playoffs.
Yeah, I think Theodore's out too.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
So that's one of their top defensemen there.
Says Hill is expected to return this upcoming week, probably on around Monday. So hopefully they can get him going, get the team back in a nice groove because they're getting back there a little bit. They're coming off back-to-back wins, pretty commanding wins. They won 4-1 over Nashville and then 5-1 over the Rangers. But having Aiden Hill be there a little bit more consistently would be good for Vegas. But
yeah, we thought Aiden Hill was kind of he came onto the scene like out of nowhere in the finals.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't think his play would continue into the regular season, but it obviously is. And now you have Logan Thompson. You know, having that 1-2 punch is so big right now in this league because
they always have good goaltending.
Yeah.
Even their first year when they had all those injuries and they were down to their like 5th goalie or something.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Who is it? Some guy named like Ferguson or something.
I don't know. I remember Legacy, Oscar Dansk.
Yeah, all those guys.
I don't even remember.
And they just kept winning with them. So Vegas always has good goaltending. So I don't know, maybe if it's just like their system or their coaching or what, but
I think their defensive structure like helps that a lot because they've always been a good defensive team, and we're going to see that tonight as Mark Stone's got 7 points in his last 5 games, so they still have guys that can produce, without Eichel in this game tonight. But this is a game the Penguins should win, I believe. You're coming off a lot of rest. You're going against a team that's really struggling lately. You got a hot goaltender, Tristan Jarry. You should win this game, and then you should go to Arizona and win that game too.
Well, I don't know about that. Let's slow down a little bit.
We'll talk about that one now.
Slow down a little bit
All
there. Right. I mean, Arizona's hungry, though, because they've been real close in these last few games, especially this past week. They have 2 losses. They lost to Calgary in overtime, and then they lost 2-1 against the Canucks, who were obviously top of the league, so that's pretty good to stay in contention with them. It's really the offense has to get going more for Arizona.
Yeah,
their defense has looked very solid. Connor Ingram, we mentioned him a little bit. He's been exceptional as of late. So if he ends up being the one in net against Pittsburgh, it's going to be a tough game for them, I think. We'll see how it goes.
Oh my gosh.
But they haven't done anything too great as of late offensively. So if they can get that going, you got to watch out for them because they have the guys who can do it.
Yeah, they have the talent,
offensive firepower. The biggest thing that this team is lacking, and it would be a huge help, and I'd love for them to go out and get somebody because they have tons of cap space. I don't know who they're going to get, but they need a first-line center. They have not had that all year.
Lindholm?
Maybe.
But I don't think the Yotes are in that window yet to go out and get a guy like that.
Because also Calgary is still right in the mix for that wild card spot with them. So
yeah,
true. So I don't think they're going to go get someone like him, but I don't know. Maybe
someone in the off season.
Maybe in the off season, but it's like you have the cap space now. Maybe try and make an effort too if you're showing the effort right now. In season that you're trying to win, it's going to get more guys over to you. Maybe in the off season too. I mean, people aren't going to want to go play there if they're not going to be competing. So you got to show either competing. They got more guys coming up through the system. Who's
really impressed you this year?
There's been a few. There's been a few.
Because obviously I've been impressed by Connor Ingram.
That's the biggest one. I was completely wrong on that at first over the off season because he wasn't anything like that great last year. And then they re-signed him. I'm like, why are they re-signing him? Because I thought that Vejmelka was a lot better, and he's been so far.
Yeah, I thought wasn't he pretty good last year?
He was. Yeah. He was pretty decent last year. But this year he's hit or miss. He'll either do real good or not great.
Yeah.
But they brought Ingram back. I was really surprised by it, but luckily he's proven me wrong on that one. But there's a few others. Some I've been disappointed by, and some I've been surprised by. I can never say his name. It's a weird one. I call him Michelli. Matthias Michelli, he's done really well so far. he's got a decent amount of points. He's got 29 points through 43 games. But just seeing him skate around and passing it, and it's not just him, there's quite a few other ones. Their puck handling and movement has been really impressive so far, but he's been one of the kind of undersung heroes of that style. Logan Cooley has done that really well so far too. Defensively has been really surprising is Sean Dursey. I liked, adding him and everything. I just expected him to kind of be that kind of middle guy, but he's done really well. He's got 25 points through 37 games.
How is Zucker doing?
Zucker hasn't been as good as I expected. He's 15 points through 33 games. So I kind of expected a little bit more out of him.
I'm still sad there was no Zucker tribute video.
I know, that was disappointing.
I was like, where is it?
I
was really sad when
I don't know. Like, we didn't really win a playoff round with him or make that much noise.
I just always like to give them a little
and
he was put a picture up there and be like, hey,
he was
thanks
kind
for
of
your
a
time.
fan favorite last year.
Yeah, but
because he was he'd really get into it when there were fights. Like, there are videos of him in the penalty box going like, come on. Like, I wanted to see that in the tribute video.
But like a guy like Dumo, like, deserves a tribute video, which he got.
I was
But like, I don't know, like, I feel like if he's only here for like 3 years and we didn't.
Here for at least like a year or two, I think you should get just like a quick little like picture up there.
Yeah, I don't know about a video.
Not a video.
Yeah,
though. You should get a picture.
Like, welcome back, Jason Zucker.
I just wanted something because he was kind of a fan favorite last year, so I feel like he deserved it. But then there was nothing. I was like, wow.
Disappointing is Matt Dumba.
Really, I was gonna ask you about
signing this offseason, and he really has not done much. He's a -10. He's only got 5 points through 42 games.
Ooh, jeez.
I mean, if he got going, it would be a lot better. There's other people defensively.
For $3.9 million and only.
Yeah, no, he's
5 points and
good. But former Penguin Nick Bukestad is 5th for them in points, which is very surprising. He's got 26 points through 43 games. Kerfoot's been good. Carcone has been great goal scoring wise. He's been a little bit slower as of late, but starting out the year, he was really good. I know you've read my statements about him a few times.
Oh yes,
really like him.
Is this basically your statement for the week?
I mean, we don't really have a statement for the week because I'm here, so I could just kind of talk about it freely.
I have a question. You mentioned Nick Bukestad, like his impressive play. At a cap hit of $2.1 million, and he's got a year left for next year. Do you think he could get moved at the deadline? Because a team like the Bruins and the Avalanche, they need a centerman. He's having a career season, so at this cap hit, that's a bargain.
No.
Who's it you said?
Bukestad.
Okay.
They could. I wouldn't be if they were to slip, which I don't expect them to. But if they were to slip, I could see that being a good trade piece for him because his value is obviously very high right now. But the other thing I kind of like about him being there is the Coyotes roster is pretty young, and it's going to keep getting younger as they have more and more guys come up. So I think it might be nice for them to have that veteran centerman kind of, holding down that third line, potentially fourth line, in future years too. And if he fits in their system, I could see him staying there. But I mean, you never really know with that too.
Yeah,
it could kind of go either way.
But my thing with the Coyotes, like, I don't think they're there yet to make noise in the playoffs, or I don't think they're going to get in the playoffs.
Well, that's where we differ in opinion.
Yeah,
but I don't see them making a lot of noise in the playoffs.
Because
you never know. Because a
we
lot of
were talking about this off here, like. If you look at the West right now, there's like 7 powerhouse teams.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't disagree with you. They're very good at the very top of the West. Yeah. I've just also seen in past years, you make your little playoff bracket or whatever.
Anything can happen.
Top teams like consistently lose somehow.
Yeah.
Let's look at it last year. Boston against Florida.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm just saying I think you never know what's going to happen.
I think Florida's a way better team than Arizona.
Oh, no. I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm not saying Arizona's going far. I'm just saying you just have to get in.
Yeah, and Arizona does.
Try and punch
they have a hot goalie.
They have a hot goalie. They have pretty good defensive play besides Matt Dumba, who needs to figure it out.
Yeah.
they have the potential to have that offensive firepower. And I mean, they're maybe a piece or two away. That top center to
sometimes
really
that hot
boost them.
goalie is just what drives you through.
You can have like all the star
playoffs.
talent in the world, but if you don't have a good goalie in the playoffs, you're not going anywhere.
No,
I mean that's how it works in the playoffs.
I'm not saying they're Yotes for the cup, but they
You just want to see
they
like
have a legitimate chance to make it to the playoffs. They're
It would-
there in the heart of the race.
It would be a good experience for a young team to if you squeak in, even though you're probably going to get stomped on in the first round, but it's a good experience to, playoff hockey. And that's what you play for all
You want to
season.
get that experience too.
Exactly.
You don't want to be going in, let's say next year, they don't make it this year. Then you go in next year, maybe, they really do continue to turn around. You're the number 2 team going in the Central or whatever. But then
I
you
wouldn't
go
have
in.
my expectations that high.
I'm just
Number one in
throwing
the
out a hypothetical
Central.
here. Listen,
He said 2, but still.
I need to put him at 1.
I think the top
I'm
3
saying-
in the Central's a lock for the next 2 seasons.
We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
It always changes. But let's say you go in like that, but then you go in and you don't have any playoff experience besides Kerfoot, who was with the Leafs, and we all
Those
know
are
how that
quick
went.
exits for Kerfoot.
And
He has first
Bukestad,
round
he's still there.
experience.
First round experience.
But besides that, looking at that lineup, they really don't have much experience. So that's why it's great to try and go get some now.
Mm-hmm.
And then, even if it doesn't go far, you feel a little bit more comfortable going in when you have a more, put together legitimate team.
Yeah.
So I think that's why you gotta take your shot and go for it now. Just see what you can do.
Speaking of that Florida bracket prediction,
Oh yeah.
Did you have that?
no,
Oh, okay. I was gonna
I
say.
absolutely did not. So, I've told you that we have a pet rabbit, right?
Yeah. I think
Shout out to
So-
Maisie.
Our little bunny. Yes. But so the past 2 years I've had her make a bracket.
You know how
Oh,
see the videos
with
of
the
like
dog?
animals,
Yeah.
you like pick a treat or
Yeah.
like a
That's
toy or
basically
something.
what we did.
Yeah.
We do that for her
She
bracket.
picked Florida
Okay.
to make it to the final.
What?
Yep. She actually did very, very good.
The first year she did it, she picked Colorado to win the cup,
And they
and they did.
So
Her
she knows
favorite
something.
her favorite player is Kale McCarr because his name is Kale.
Yes.
Yeah.
But-
That's crazy.
Yep. So
We got to release that when the
Oh,
rabbit.
yeah, we'll,
Yeah,
we'll
we can
do we'll have to make
do
a
a little
video.
Yeah.
And, put it up there.
But yeah, she is somehow a bracket genius, and I think she had a better bracket than me last year.
Is she a Penguins fan or a Yotes fan?
Penguins?
She's not a Yotes fan. 'Cause,
Okay.
I don't know.
Right.
But I don't know. Maybe she gets it from we leave the NHL Network on all day. She
Yeah.
listens to the TV.
She's taking notes.
Smart little
She's
rabbit.
taking notes.
Sometimes she had a little trouble trying to find the apple this morning.
She likes apples. But
All right. Well,
Yeah.
moving on to other things around the league.
I think
Oh.
I'm more on this game.
Oh, okay.
okay.
Yeah. We went down a
Arizona-
rabbit hole.
Yes.
Arizona
rabbit hole.
9th in power play percentage, which is very impressive.
Yeah, I
What?
told you they have good offensive power.
And you mentioned like how
when
they're
it-
good
when
at
it
moving
works.
the puck, and they're
it's
good on
great.
that in the power play. But I think where the Penguins really take advantage in this game is in the face-off circle and the dot.
They will get
Oh,
killed
yeah.
in that. That is-
The Penguins are going to work the Yotes
oh yeah.
in
I
the
mean,
circle.
that's like I
and-
said, they don't have that solid first line center, and I mean, really, they kind of don't have a second line center because they were supposed to have Hayton was supposed to kind of be helping with that, Barrett Hayton, and he's been hurt most of the year. I don't know when he's coming back, but even when he was there, he wasn't doing much, and it's like that's why they need. I don't even need it to be like a top like scoring first line forward, like someone who's got that experience though, I can help them out.
Yeah.
Like face off wise too, like that would be a huge boost for them.
Mm-hmm.
But because their centers right now are somewhat Nick Schmaltz, who's also a winger, Bukestad, Cooley, Kerfoot, who's also a winger. It's like that's kind of their top guys that are centers. Like it's
And they're all young.
besides
Or Cooley's pretty.
Bukestad. Cooley's very young. He's
How old is Schmaltz?
I want to say he's like 20. Let me look. I want to say he's like 27-ish.
Oh, okay. So he's
I could
right
be wrong.
in his prime.
26. 26.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's what? I clicked on the wrong one.
Cross has been good though, right?
Krause has been
Yeah.
good. Yeah, he's been surprisingly good. He's got 27 points. so far, so he's done well. Schmaltz he's 27. Yep.
What's his stat line?
He is third in points for them. He plays really well with Clayton Keller.
Yeah.
Schmaltz has 28 points.
Yeah, I think
Clayton
a key.
Keller is 39.
Yeah.
He's almost at a point per game. I mean, he's clearly their superstar there, and I think Cooley's they're going to be their second one in a couple years here. Just got to let him develop some.
Yeah, I think the key in this game is for the Penguins to control pace of play, manage the puck well, and not let these young lugs take over.
Yep, absolutely.
In this game.
Absolutely. That's the legs and
Yeah.
skating around them. Because the three you got to watch, and I'm sure people will be watching this game that kind of listen to this more, is look at Keller, Michelli, and Cooley, and watch how they skate around with the puck.
Mm-hmm.
It's very skilled.
You got to
and
stay out of the
fast.
box against this team because that's where
Yes.
you're going to get killed. But the Penguins do have a good penalty kill. They're 7th in the league right now.
It'll be a good matchup.
Yeah, but this might be a low scoring game considering how well these two goalies are playing,
Yeah.
Connor and Gum and Tristan Jarry. But in the previous matchup where we were all in attendance,
Mm-hmm.
Big Jeff
Oh,
Carter
yeah.
got the
Oh, my
boys
goodness.
going.
Yeah.
That was not what I was expecting that night. I never expect much from Jeff Carter. So,
No one does.
He scored a shorthanded goal and a power play goal.
yeah.
I'm not asking for that, Jeff. Just give me something.
I don't
I
really
wouldn't
know what
mind
even
it.
to say against that. Because just got unlucky with that, Jeff Carter has one or two good games out of the year. And
Let's
that just
make it
happened to be
another
of them.
one. Let's make it another
So,
one on Monday against
You
Arizona.
never know with Jeff Carter.
What's your prediction? Let's get predictions
My
for this
prediction.
game.
Oh,
Let's get yours because you're the expert.
Yeah.
it's good. I think it's going to be very close. I think it's going to be surprisingly. I know there's supposed to be two good goaltenders and defensively, but I think both teams haven't had a kind of higher scoring game in a while, so I think it's going to kind of turn around. I think we're going to get I'm going to say 4-3 Yotes.
Oh.
Gotta go Yotes. I think it's going to happen. They're
It's going
hungry.
to happen.
We'll see. I'm saying 4-3.
Oh my.
I could even see overtime, and that's where the Penguins.
All right,
are
we're
issues.
done. If it goes to overtime,
goes
we're
to
Moving
done.
on.
I
skate right around
got 5-2 Pens.
Always pick
5-2.
5 as the winning goal number.
I usually do 6-4. That's my score.
We even did predictions
Ingram's not
a
giving
lot.
up 5. I don't see that. No.
5-2 Pens. I think the power play gets a goal in this one too.
Honestly, I like the 4-3 score, but I'm gonna have to be biased and pick the Penguins.
So you're flipping it, the 4-3 Pens.
Yes.
Okay.
Yours in reverse.
Okay.
And not in overtime. Maybe not.
I hope not.
I don't know about overtime because that's always so hard to predict. I could see it though. I could definitely see it
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a fun one.
That would be my luck too because I want to stay up and watch the whole thing and have to stay up super late
On Monday,
on Monday.
don't you have work?
Well, yeah, I am gonna have work, so I might just be a little tired, but that's fine.
Got to
Got it.
battle through.
I gotta stay up for that one.
Yeah.
So
I know. All right. Well, moving on
Yeah.
to other things around the league. That's not the Arizona Coyotes. 'Cause that was a long time. We talked.
Great segment.
Yeah, that was Andrew's Coyote statement of the
yes,
week.
you're welcome, everybody.
This week, Fleury became second all time in wins.
Yeah.
Flower.
Woo! He has 552 now. Last week I put it in here that he tied with 552. He tied with 551. Then he won. Then he secured it with 552, and he went on Pat McAfee.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he did. That was great to
Yes.
watch.
And he didn't McAfee say if he scores a goalie goal, he's gonna donate $250,000.
It was
Yeah.
something about.
Yeah.
I don't remember the number exactly, but yeah,
I think it was
It
250,000.
was a lot.
You know,
Um,
Flower's thinking about that.
Yeah,
Oh
He's
yeah,
like,
he's gonna try
Next
it now.
time that
You know he's
that-
trying it.
Yeah, so Pat McAfee said if Fleury scores a goalie goal, he will donate $250,000 to a charity of Fleury's choice, which we hope that happens.
Oh
Not-
yeah.
Not just for the charity that Fleury picks, but because the man needs a goalie goal.
Oh yeah,
He's second all time in wins, has won 3 cups. All he needs is a goalie goal.
that's his last achievement that he needs.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not
He'll have
retiring
done it
until
all
I
then.
score a goalie goal. If he happens to score a goalie goal against us, I will not be mad.
No.
Because I might
couldn't
actually
be.
start cheering. I'm like, he got it! Oh, wait, we lost. But Fleury.
Like like he's the guy that like you would think would obviously have a goalie goal because he would.
It's just
he
his
would.
style of play.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I'm sure most people saw the clip of him against the Coyotes, coming way out of the net, going to the boards,
Oh,
and
yeah.
playing out there.
The
It's
man
extra
is
D-man
insane,
out
but
there.
We,
Love
we
to see
love
which
it.
Coyotes absolutely killed the Wild that game. Just saying, but it wasn't against Fleury. He came in relief, so luckily they didn't light him up.
Yeah.
But you know the Wild they're 2-5 in their last 7.
Yeah, they've been
And
struggling.
It's been. They were really good after their coaching change, but they've just been.
yeah,
Kinda
but with
mid
that,
lately.
you know, Fleury, he's having, I'd say, a pretty solid season. 2.95 goals against average, 897 save percentage. You'd obviously like to see that save percentage over 900, but like with a lot of teams needing goaltending heading into the playoffs, do you think Fleury would possibly get traded?
I could see it if Minnesota keeps slipping like they are, and I really don't see them making it.
I don't. I think.
No. But the one thing about Minnesota, unlike these other teams that Fleury's kind of moved around a little bit more, is they like him as a person a lot better. So I believe that if they do trade him, they're going to do it right.
Yeah. It's totally.
kind of-
it's,
Not like
which-
Vegas did it.
No, not like
it's
Vegas.
totally
That
Fleury's
was-
decision. If he wants to
Yeah.
stay in Minnesota, he's going to stay.
And if he does go somewhere, it's going to be somewhere he wants to go.
Yeah.
It's not just going to be like they
I look
shop him
at a
around
team
everybody.
like Colorado, because Goryev, like he's on pace for like to play like 60+ games right now. They really don't have a backup
Who's their
in
backup?
the Avalanche. Another team, maybe the Devils, but like I don't see.
Yeah, the
I don't
Devils
see.
need goaltending,
I don't see
that's for
Fleury
sure.
accepting a trade where he could possibly pay the Penguins in the first round.
I don't think he would really have an issue with that.
Really?
I think
I don't think
he would actually kind of enjoy it.
I don't think
Get
you would want to
against
go
them.
to a team that's fighting with the Penguins for a playoff spot.
No, I think that's just his fun style competition. I mean, they all
Yeah.
know it's just nobody's gonna get mad at Fleury for trying
No,
to play. You
no.
know? None of those
Something
guys will.
horrible would have to happen for
Yeah, you say
Yeah.
for us to entirely.
he's just
turn
trying to
on
play
Fleury.
and win some more.
But
I would
like
say
another team that needs
absolutely go
goaltending
for it.
help is the Maple Leafs. But Fleury in
Nah,
Toronto,
I
come
don't
on,
see that happen.
Yeah.
I don't see that one happening.
No.
Just
Rumor
they-
boys
they-
over here.
Yeah, you could talk more about
I
because
do like the Leafs too.
Yeah.
But no, Leafs. I mean,
I don't-
Leafs
yeah.
need goaltending, but I don't see them having even the cap space for.
I don't see
Fleury,
Fleury in the
and
end
it's
of
just-
his career wanting to deal with the Toronto
No.
media and that whole
Oh,
mess.
gosh. no.
Yeah.
I don't see him doing
Yeah.
that. But
maybe
trying
he'll
to
go
look
to
at-
Arizona.
that would be. We could. I mean,
I think you'd rather jump off the cliff.
I hate to. I don't see that one happening, but I'd love to see it. I'd love Fleury in Arizona. It would be great. I'm trying to look
I don't
at
think
who-
he wants to finish his career with 3,000 Arizona State kids watching him.
It's like 5,000. It's a little more than that.
Oh my gosh.
Not that bad. It's a cool Mullet Arena.
I'm so sorry.
It's a great experience.
Yeah, it is a
You're
great
not- you
experience.
I
don't
really want to go to Mullet Arena. I want to experience it myself.
Have a shift day trip, field trip.
That would be great.
We need a field trip. That'd
We
be
do.
fun. I want a field trip to an All-Star game in Pittsburgh, but I don't know if that'll happen.
Yeah, come on, Gary.
Yeah, I already ranted about that, but we can, if we're done talking about Fleury, we can move on to the All-Star stuff that we were going to talk about.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Well, first off, the jerseys got revealed. They
Yeah.
suck.
Did a
Come on,
blind
Biebs.
person make them? Like,
No, Justin Bieber did.
oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I already didn't like the guy. Now, I don't like him even more.
Do you want to drop the gloves with him?
Yeah, I'd like to. I mean, he's Canadian too, so it'd be more enjoyable.
Who do you got in that fight?
I don't know.
I got Andrew. I'll
Yeah,
take you all
I could
day.
totally take
You
Justin.
can do
I
it.
mean, he just sings and dances around. I mean, what else did he do?
Yeah,
You know, and design horrible jerseys.
they're
Yeah.
brutal. I mean,
They-
like it's in Toronto, and those jerseys are like nothing like Toronto. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Like those look like those would be appropriate in like Florida last year. You know?
They wouldn't be appropriate anywhere.
Yeah,
They're bad.
honestly,
They're horrible.
yeah.
It looks
Honestly.
like a 5-year-old made them.
Yes, yes.
And like
it
the
did.
nameplates on the bottom.
Yeah, the nameplate's on the bottom. That's something you do for women's hockey. They hardly even do that now, but like
I gotta look these up. Again.
whenever the And WHL
I don't think you want to look them up.
was still around. They had the nameplate on the
They're
bottom.
gonna hurt
for the
your
last
eyes.
teams.
I mean, I
Now
know
they
it'll
don't
hurt
have
my
that
eyes,
with
but
PWHL.
I got to be able to complain about them better.
Be able to complain about the better.
I mean, it's just like, especially the yellow one.
Oh,
Looking at the yellow one, it's
the yellow on
yellow
yellow does not
on
work.
yellow. Like the yellow stars on yellow jersey. Like, pick a different color than yellow. Like, why? I mean,
So
at least
bad.
it doesn't look as horrible on like the white or the blue. The red's
No.
not great, but you put
They've,
the yellow
I
on
will
the yellow.
say, I
it's-
still hate them, but they've like slightly grown on me since the second I saw them when we were at the watch party. I looked at Nick's phone. I'm like, what is that?
No,
And
they're just that bad.
They haven't grown on me at all. They're terrible.
the teeniest tiny bit. They are still very, very horrible though.
No, even the
I miss like.
oh yeah, the name thing is on the bottom.
Yeah.
We told you.
Do you know how annoying that's going to be too? Because
NHL players are not used to that.
you're like some guys like Letang, they tuck their jersey in
Yeah.
the back
Oh
there.
yeah.
So you're not going to see his.
There,
I mean,
but-
you're going to be able to recognize it. Like,
He's not gonna be
well,
there,
oh,
though.
he's not going to be there. But other people, like you might not like recognize him right away, or something.
And like
you know,
a lot of like new hockey fans like tune into the All-Star game,
and they don't know.
and they're gonna
anybody.
see that pitiful display of jerseys. Come on.
So bad. Yeah, like,
Isn't this Adidas's last year with the jerseys
Oh, I
anyway?
think
It's
it
going to
is.
Fanatics.
yeah, but this wasn't Adidas that designed them. It was
Oh.
Justin Bieber. Remember?
Yeah.
But yeah, we
That's
are
still really
moving.
dumb.
The NHL jerseys are changing over to Fanatics next year, which
We'll see how those are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll probably fall apart on the
I mean, as long as they just can consistently.
They're gonna spell Crosby's name wrong.
They probably will.
I mean, it shouldn't be that hard. Like when we moved to Adidas, it wasn't that bad. They're like a
I like the Adidas jerseys.
yeah, the
honestly.
Adidas jerseys
I think
look
they're cool.
fine.
Especially with, even though I know this is technically a fake jersey, but
He doesn't buy jerseys.
you know,
I like
I
the,
like
like-
the style up here.
Yeah.
I like the,
I like the
the
NHL.
collar better.
I like the NHL
you
logo.
know, than the Reebok ones were good for their time, but I think that like this is just a more modern.
yeah.
Like
better
I had no
style.
problem with the
I like
Adidas
the Adidas
jerseys.
ones.
It's just like a couple changes. Most of them still looked exactly like the
Mhm.
jerseys. It's just a new material, new design. Some teams
They're
got new
good.
jerseys whenever that switched over, but like for the
Yeah,
most
not
part,
all of them
it
were
was pretty
great, but
consistent.
some of the alternate ones have been really good. I think.
Yeah.
I think Tampa's supposed to be coming out with one.
Oh yeah,
soon.
with the pirate.
the pirate theme
on
one.
it.
I want to see what that is.
I don't
Ooh.
know.
That'd be
I
They
pretty
did.
can't-
I
are
think they
they-
already came out with them.
Did it come
Yeah,
out?
I don't
Yeah.
know if
See
they're
it.
actually going to be wearing them in games.
Baker
though.
Mayfield was wearing it.
Oh really?
That makes sense. But
I don't know how I feel about it.
yeah, it's like what did they call it? The
Uh-oh.
you have it?
Gasparillo jerseys? I don't know. Just look up Tampa
Oh,
Bay
here it
Pirate
is.
jerseys.
That's not.
video.
There it is.
It's a little bit of it. I don't know. I kind of like it. I don't know how I feel about the logo in the middle of the head. On
They-
the skull, but
I don't really.
I like the wheel. That looks cool.
I like how it's. I don't know. Actually, I don't.
I think
like,
they
I don't
should've
like
done-
anything about this.
You know what?
I think it should have been.
They're actually not the
blacked out,
greatest.
and it should have been the white skull instead.
Ooh, that would have been good.
They
Or
should have switched it.
at least
That would be better.
I don't know if these are actually going to be fully game worn because the Adidas logo is on the front of the jersey, and that's not normal. And also, I see like black versions of the black logo on the jersey. So I don't know what's going on with that. Gasparilla, that's what it's called. Or why are I think those other jerseys were fake or whatever. I don't know, but because the ones I was looking at that had the Adidas logo in the front, that doesn't match up with the picture from the
Oh,
article.
okay.
But never mind. But yeah, they're pretty cool. But
What's going on with the skills competition? Now?
yes.
Yeah.
We mentioned that earlier.
So
You're the
you
insider.
listened last week. We talked
Yes.
about how they're only going to have 12 players in.
I know that.
They announced 10 of the people who are in, but we have to vote the last 2 in because
It's too much voting. Nobody
there is
wants
way
to
too much
vote for
voting this year. And the 10 who were announced did not include Sidney Crosby.
Wow.
That's just dumb.
Let's pull it up.
Also, the voting,
See
like,
The NHL shooting.
can we
us
just have it as everybody just gets like one vote, like normal? I don't want to have to keep voting over and over again to like
I-
try to keep
I don't-
my people going.
How do you feel about this? Like,
It's
there's so much talent in this league, and there's a lot of bad teams. You know, like how each
Oh yeah, no, I don't like that.
each
The-
team
each
gets a
team
guy.
gets one?
Like I don't know. You just pick the best players in the league, the ones that deserve the All-Star game the most.
Yeah, but also it's just you're making this skills competition so much worse by limiting who's in.
True,
I think a
I
lot
know
of
you're
these.
just-
skills
displays-
competitions had multiple issues because
Yeah, last year it was bad.
last year's was horrible. It was all over the place. You had no idea what was actually going on, and it's just like half of it's all just like for show, and it's not actual like. You'd get like the skill ones, and then you get like
Like
the show
only
ones.
show, the only one
You
that
know?
needs to be a show one is the breakaway challenge.
Yeah, that's and we understand it's for kind of the entertainment style.
That one's fun.
We all
I
liked
like
it with the kids in there, and they get
Yeah,
the
OB
mascots for some
Junior
of
was
them or
cute.
something. But then the rest of them, we want to see like them competing. I don't know, make it like I don't know if they have done this or like make it some like charity thing, or like
Yeah.
race.
That could be something.
It would
I
kinda,
think it'll be a lot quicker. There's just less players.
Oh,
But like
yeah.
one of my favorite things was like seeing all the guys on like the bench. Like,
yeah, that's
having a
always-
good
it's
time.
always
Like
good
their
to see.
children would be out there. Like we won't get that. It'll only be like 12
like,
guys. So I don't
I'm
know.
pretty sure none of these players that are participating have kids. Like you have Austin Matthews, William Nylander. Obviously, you want the hometown guys in.
Yeah,
there,
yeah,
so
you
that-
gotta
Yeah.
pick those.
I'm
guys.
fine with those. Nathan McKinnon, Cale Makar, Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, of course, Connor McDavid's in there. Nikita Kucherov, Jack Hughes, David Pasternak, and Elias Pettersson. And then the last two are supposed to be voted in.
I just can't
Which is just
imagine
dumb.
Crosby not being.
I
One
So
know.
of
is there
those.
no goalie skills at all?
I don't
goalies
know.
are
They'll
just-
probably every goalie will probably. I don't know, maybe 2.
I don't know. I just
Yeah.
thought there used to be like the
They did used to
little
have
little
something
save streak
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah,
the save
yeah,
streak
yeah.
was like kind of replaced the breakaway challenge for a bit, but I mean, I think it was still pretty good.
I don't know.
Honestly,
you
I
gotta get the goalies in there.
I think
love
a lot.
watching
I think a
goalies
lot
in
of these guys would rather be on a beach somewhere rather
there. Yeah,
than
they
Toronto.
would. There was who was the one?
Bjorkstrand?
Yeah, Bjorkstrand. He was like, you
Uh,
just watch him. He's like, crap. I know this now. Like, I don't even think the NHL players. They just see it as like a
Yeah,
extra duty you have.
here
to
we
do.
go,
Like, you're
yeah.
stuck on this now. Like, because it's
Yeah.
just so. I don't know. It just seems so pointless.
But like,
It's not as bad as the NFL's Pro
No.
Bowl now, which is just atrocious. It used to be cool, but it's kind of getting there. It's not.
Yeah.
Which is really disappointing because I said last week, I think the All-Star
Mm-hmm.
Game's fun. I want it to be more fun. I want them to have it fixed because I think it's a great fun
Yeah.
weekend of hockey. But
mentioning the NFL, shout out to my Raiders, Antonio Pierce, rehired. Love that move.
that was a good move. I think that's a good move for them.
I was gonna wear my Raiders shirt, but
How do you cheer for the Raiders?
it's tough,
Where did
man.
that come from?
It's my dad.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just kind of grew up with it, but
Yeah, you got to be careful about that around here in Pittsburgh.
yeah, I
We're not-
know.
We're not big.
It's kind of a
We're
rivalry.
not big Raiders
Yeah.
fans. I mean, they've kind of stunk lately, so we don't really care now. But,
Lately, last
Yeah.
20 plus years,
yep,
they haven't won a playoff game in my lifetime.
that's rough. That's rough.
Oh yeah, voting closed.
I complain
so
about the
they should
Steelers
be
plenty,
announcing
but-
those last two, I would assume, today.
Hopefully.
But yeah, it's annoying. What was I gonna say? Oh, one thing that I was glad that they brought back was the draft.
That part is good.
If you have a fun draft, a
Mm-hmm.
consistent all-star skills where everyone is participating, not just
Mm-hmm.
12 people, then, and obviously the game's a little meh because no one really tries, then you could have a really fun weekend.
But I do like the 3-on-3. I think that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
So obviously, if you're doing 3-on-3, you got to split it up by. Well, I guess they've been doing it by division. Now it's going to be their
Yeah.
drafted
and
style.
Don't like
So I think that'll
doesn't
be
like
a
the
little bit
winning
better.
team get like $1 million?
I think it's like it's like the MVP. On
No, the winning team
No,
does
is it
win money, but
okay.
the MVP usually gets a car.
Oh, that's right.
Each player gets $1 million.
I think they split it.
I think it's like split. So I mean, they're really not getting. I mean, it's still a good chunk of change.
Yeah.
You know,
I
I
think
think
it's-
any normal person. Would
if
be
you're
happy
get-
about
if
that.
you're like
I
a
mean,
re-
who knows? knows? They could also all collectively agree, like, if we win, we're going to donate this $1 million.
Yeah, they might do that too.
Because
which
they're
is
all,
kinda-
a lot
If
of them
you're a
are
rookie
getting paid.
contract making league minimum, I mean, that's not bad.
No, that's
You're
true.
probably trying a little extra
Like,
harder out there.
Yeah, if Bedard, was healthy and was
Yeah.
out there, that'd be
I'm sure
good,
Bedard would.
You're trying a little harder out there on the fuck.
Bedard probably would still have a lot of fun at the All-Star game, like being around all those incredible players, and also he's already skating again because he cannot stay off the ice.
Well, my theory is they're trying to push him to come back for this All-Star game.
Really?
That's what I think. I mean, look at how they've treated him this year.
Even if like
He is the golden boy.
Yeah.
I
He
don't
is-
know.
I mean,
I don't-
deserving, but he's all over the media.
Even if
every
he-
single thing.
yeah,
It's-
even
I
if
don't
he
know if they are pushing him because, like, I saw something where, like, Nick Foligno was told he needs to help keep Bedard off the ice because he wanted to get back on so badly because of his injury. He needs to sit around.
even if he can't participate in the game, for him just to be there, I think would be a big deal for the NHL because he's like the next guy.
Yeah.
that's
the
why I think they want him
Yeah.
out there that badly to get that viewership up. Because I mean,
Mm-hmm.
honestly, not that many people watch the All-Star game.
No, and it's
for
also
NHL.
carried by you.
I mean,
Well, yeah, that's another way you make the All-Star game better. Give it to TNT.
yeah, give it to TNT.
Yeah, we need Biz
Uh,
out there running the
Yes,
show.
Biz needs to be out. You put Biz.
Biz
was
should
on there.
be-
Biz and Pat McAfee at the All-Star game.
Oh my
Would be
gosh.
perfect.
Could you imagine Biz
Oh
and Pat McAfee
my
drafting their teams?
gosh.
They should, yeah. Well, I don't know
we
about
do
that.
that?
I wouldn't put Pat
Wait.
in charge of a
Wait, no.
NHL team.
They're doing, like, so how they're doing it is there's a captain,
Uh-huh.
and then there's a celebrity captain.
Because the celebrity coach probably more likely.
Co-captain, coach,
Because they're not
whatever.
out
Pat
there.
McAfee as a celebrity captain.
I don't really like the celebrity style of the
Well,
captain.
so far what we
I
have,
think it should be like former Hall of Famers
that'd probably
coming
be cool.
back.
But
I think
also,
would
I
be,
just want Pat McAfee at the All-Star game, like I said last week.
like if you had I think they've done it before a little bit, like Gretzky, in charge of like a team.
He
Or-
was like,
He did something.
I remember in the LA All-Star game, Tortorella was supposed to be the Metro coach, but
Oh, and that's what he did. It was,
yeah, but he couldn't make it because he had like a family emergency.
Oh,
and
yeah,
so
and Gretzky filled in.
Gretzky stepped in.
But they should like something like that though. Like you get Marty Brodeur as one, or
Yeah.
then you get Lemieux and some of the other just legends. Bring them back and have them coach. I think especially for like the older fan base, that would kind of get them involved
Yeah.
more to kind of see them a little
yeah.
bit. Some of their favorites as they were growing
NHL
up.
Legends skills competition.
That too. That would be great.
Just make one event because they have an event they do for the women's.
Yeah, they bring some of
teams.
the.
They're gonna have a 3-on-3 thing.
Yeah, so they should have
this
They should
weekend.
have like a couple like legends.
Yeah,
Guests
like not
each
anything
year.
crazy, like not like
No.
fastest skater,
But
maybe
just like one event.
Get Taylor Swift
like
out
shooting.
there.
They,
No,
no.
I love her,
Talk
but
about that.
no, I'm sorry.
No. But no, they should have like they could do like the accuracy shooting
Yeah,
for some of them that maybe retired like a few years ago. You bring back like Joe Thornton and I don't know, just some of the other ones like been out for a few years but still have it.
Bergeron.
Oh yeah,
Bergeron, yeah, I mean, maybe bring him like next year or something, or if
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe he just comes back.
that would be so fun.
Well,
I say if they
true.
did that, they'd have to be at least have been retired for one season,
yeah,
Like
you don't want
Bergeron
it's
just retired.
not like immediate.
not
You
coming
would-
back next year maybe. But I don't even know if they're having an All-Star game next year because of that like world tournament they're talking about.
Oh, is it like the?
I'd much rather have that than
when they
this.
have like the North America and like Team Europe.
World,
Yeah, the
World Cup of
but
Hockey.
Here's
Yeah.
the thing. What I've heard so far from that is that it's just U.S., Canada, Sweden, and Finland.
Well, that's dumb.
Exactly.
Bring the Russians in.
Well, they're at war, so they're like not allowed to do
Well,
anything.
No,
But, like-
then everybody can like fight.
But like the Russians are,
It's true.
you know.
they're a good. They have good hockey players.
Exactly.
I mean,
They-
there's
I
no
mean,
Like this,
You
this
know,
could be
it's just
Ovi's last chance to play on a
like
world stage.
Ovechkin.
but it's like the Russian players. Like
Balkan.
nobody's blaming them for that. So don't
No.
punish.
Isn't Kucherov?
Yeah, Kucherov,
Vasilevsky.
Ovi, Malkin, Vazzy,
Yeah, like,
Igor.
They got guys, you know.
I mean, there's plenty of them. Like
Sorokin.
Sorokin,
Yeah.
like all these guys, that I mean, they've been here for how long? Some of them too, to now all of a sudden exclude them because of, what they're I mean,
And
we won't get into
these, like,
politics and stuff, but what they're higher ups in
Ovechkin
their
and
like, they have no
Malkin.
relation to that. That's
Yeah, and
so don't
Ovechkin
punish
and
the
Malkin,
players.
they've done a lot for the league.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Malkin, like, we had to smuggle him out of that place. It's like it's not even like he's, I mean, he's played for them and stuff, but it's it's not like he's always been like this patriot for Russia or something.
Yeah.
It's,
yeah.
I mean,
don't punish
not
the
all of them
players.
are
Yeah.
patriots for Russia. You look at Artemi Panarin.
yeah, that's another one right there.
Obviously not.
No, so it's like, don't punish the players. Let them play, because we all want to see good hockey competition out there.
We just listed off like some of the top names in hockey right there.
I mean, and
They're
that
all
was real
from-
quick. There's so many other ones too. So many other ones. Like, to not have them in that competition.
That's not a best on best then, if you're
No,
excluding
it's
Russia.
that would stink.
You're just giving all the Russian players a vacation. And also the Czechs and the Slovakians. Like, if they want to do this thing, like, with NHL players only, they should still have, like, a Team Europe for, like, those countries that don't have enough NHL players to make a full team.
Team Europe, and then remember they did
Which Team Europe was a little different
Mhm.
in 2016, because it was, like, Team Europe and Team North America were I think it was 23 and under.
Yeah, it was 23 and under.
Yeah.
'Cause
But
they had I think they had Matthews, McDavid.
oh yeah, Team
They
North.
they were stacked. They had all those young stars
Mm-hmm.
coming up. I'd like to see that again too. Them do.
Yeah.
I mean, make it like a 8-team, competition, not 4. We want to see everybody out there.
I don't either give me more teams or just don't do it at all, because then we're probably not gonna have an All-Star game next year if they do that.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
And then
Take a break from it.
I mean,
I could use a
yeah.
break from it.
Yeah.
I just really wanted to come to Pittsburgh too.
I know, but sometimes you just gotta, I don't know, take a break from it, try something else out. I think this would be more exciting, especially if you make it a, every 4 years type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like,
it would
does
just
that mean
be-
we're never going to the Olympics again?
Well, you have that, and then you have the
that's-
Olympics, too. So
The Olympics are supposed to be the next year after that. Then
Batman's got to
can't
find a
remember
way
what
to figure that
I don't know.
out.
Yeah, you got to get to the Olympics.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
don't know. That's, I mean,
so
I
either
don't
give
make
me
those
this with more
decisions, but
teams and no Olympics, or
I'd
don't do
rather
it
watch
and
these
go to the Olympics.
Oh,
tournaments
for
and stuff than the
sure.
All-Star game.
Yeah.
Honestly, maybe
I think
make the
everyone
All-Star
would.
game like a once every 4 years kind of thing.
Not once every 4 years.
I don't know. You know what I mean, though. But like, not every year.
I mean, like,
It's just
seeing McDavid, like McKinnon, Crosby, like all these guys participate in the Olympics. I mean, we don't get the golden goal if there's no like players in the NHL players in the Olympics. Like, these are big
No.
moments in hockey.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Or even just maybe change up the All-Star game. One thing, I mean, because you got to think about it. Like, I guess you would still have the injury issue a little bit, but maybe put the All-Star game as like at the end of the season where like the draft is, and it's like a little celebration right before the draft, because then you don't have all the mid-season injuries. You don't have teams, having guys sit out because they don't want to, they want to, use those rest days in between,
Yeah.
like when
If-
they're
yeah.
making that
If I'm-
run,
yeah. If I'm being honest, I don't even want Crosby to go. I want him to rest.
Yeah, you'd
Get
rather
ready-
have,
Get
your
ready.
vacation
Get
in
ready for the
between,
final stretch of the season where we're trying to make a playoff push.
Well, he'll just have to play for that.
I don't need anyone getting hurt on my team in the All-Star game.
Yeah, I mean, and
You
they're not
rarely-
likely to get hurt.
Yeah,
you
but-
have a fluke,
Yeah, you never know.
accidentally trip in a weird way or something and hit the boards. It's just freak stuff can happen.
Yeah.
You just rather have that. I'd rather see that more. I wouldn't rather see people injured, but you'd rather that be at the in the the off season where they have plenty of
Yeah.
time to recover than mid season. And it's like, oh, because they're all superstars. There goes my superstars. We're in a playoff race here, and
Yeah, that would be a crazy. Either if they do back-to-back weekends or like a whole week, they just do
Yeah,
the
something
All-Star
like that.
game the same place as the draft, which that might not work now because I think they're supposed to decentralize the draft and make it
True,
more like the
they were
NFL
doing that,
draft.
so who knows?
There goes that plan. But they also already have like the NHL awards that happen.
Well, you can still have it at the draft location because, like, the NFL, they just don't have their people there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the teams are all at their own location, but they have the top picks, are back in that room, and then they come out on the stage, and all the fans are there for them. You just make it that style, and then, you could still have all the events in town too, because then it's it's there for the fans and everything for them to go watch.
Yeah.
All right. Well, moving on to other things.
You really expanded that.
No, I got ideas.
Yeah. We're just trying to help out here.
Yeah.
I just want them to do better. That's all.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. We're not trying to be like, it's horrible, get rid of it. We're like, no, fix it.
I think
Make
we
it
did say
better.
it's.
Okay, you kind of did, but we also gave ways to fix it,
I said
too.
it nicely.
Yeah, we did say it very nice.
I want
I can go on. I can say how real if you
fun
want.
and watchable. Okay. So, the Leafs... issues. I was completely reading this wrong in the game notes. Whoever typed this. Was it you?
Yeah, it's probably me if you can't read it.
I didn't type
Well,
anything.
no, I skipped over the whole word. So I just read Leafs are rising.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, no, they're not. It says Leafs issues are rising.
Yeah.
So,
They
Mr., you also like the Leafs.
Yes, I do like the Leafs.
I'm just
Where's
saying,
the blue
Andrews-
line, man?
Yeah.
Leafs, let me put it this way. I'm a Leafs fan because of Austin Matthews. And also William Nylander. I love that guy. He's great.
Overpaid.
Congratulations on the contract, Willie Styles. You absolutely deserve it.
Oh,
But
What I
but
live with.
he's holding your team hostage.
no, the guy that's holding the team hostage is Tavares. He gets paid too much money. He's not that good. He's overrated.
Is he a free agent this year or next year?
I think it's next year.
None of those four guys are trying they're taking way too much money. They can't.
No, I'm not going to disagree with you that they have a salary cap issue. That team is horrible at managing their money. But the main three that deserve it are Matthews, Marner, and Nylander. Tavares is making too much money. I would say get rid of him.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I said it. Get rid of him.
But you look at this Nylander contract. He's making more than Pasternak. He's not a better player than Pasternak. And Pasternak just
When
signed
did Pasternak sign his contract?
last year.
Last year? Well, inflation's been pretty high lately. Goes up quickly.
Cap's going up too.
Inflation.
The cap's going up,
Inflation.
Hey, I think the taxes might be a little higher in Toronto, so you got to get a little bit more.
That's a very good point. That is a very good point.
That does have a factor.
Yeah,
in
it does.
sometimes.
It really does.
I don't know. If
That's what
Boston's
playing
much
in
better.
Florida and Vegas. There's no tax. So.
But
Yeah, what is he actually making in Canadian dollars?
I don't know. I don't know that math.
I would.
I don't know math at all.
I think I saw something if he was making $9 million in Florida.
It would be the same.
Yeah, it would be the same.
Yeah. See, that's the thing.
Yeah.
You got to kind of take into account. But Leafs got to figure out the goaltending. I mean, they've had injuries too, so that doesn't help. But it's the guys that you do have, you gotta defend the net. Samsonov, I thought was going to be good and was horrendous this year. He's back up here now after going down to the AHL for a couple games, so I don't really know what that did. But Martin Jones has been actually pretty decent.
He's serviceable. Yeah.
He's not great, but for what they're going through right now, it's kind of the best you got.
Yeah.
But I mean, just overall, they're not. I mean, let me pull it up here.
Do you think
They
Sheldon
put up
Keefe-
a lot of points, but they also give up a lot of points, and that's kind of their.
Do you think Sheldon Keefe is on a hot seat?
Yeah,
He's
I would
calling
get rid of
out the guys. I mean,
him. I'd get rid of him.
I
Because
thought they were going to get rid of him.
I thought.
kind
I
of
mean,
a
look,
while
he
ago.
can't. I mean, they finally got their first round win. Then they lost the
and they
next
got
one to
spanked. Yeah.
Florida. And it's just you have this year after year, you have this star-studded lineup, and it just doesn't do much. And if looking at the points here, it is really kind of as you would expect, top-heavy. Nylander with 59, Matthews with 54, Marner with 48, Morgan Riley with 35, and then fifth out of those top five, like I said, John Tavares with 34, who is not worth his contract in my opinion. Max Domi is actually doing decent. He's got 23 points, but you can see the drop off after the top five. It goes from mid 30s all the way down to low 20s.
Yeah.
And everybody else is 20 and under with points. Tyler Bertuzzi hasn't done much. He's got 19 points. Matthew Nyes was supposed to be better. He's only got 17. Nick Robertson he's doing okay. He came back a little bit late because he was down in the AHL for a little while. He's got 12 points in 26 games, so not bad. I'd like to see him do a little bit more. But they just, I mean, they're just not doing.
Yeah.
Not doing
and then
much.
when Nylander, I think he got 2 points or a point last night.
Mhm.
But before that, the Leafs were on a 4-game losing streak, and Nylander had no points in those 4 games.
Which is surprising because he's gotten points in almost every single
Yeah.
game so far this year. I mean, he's at a 1.37 points per game average. I mean, they slide for, you just have a few games. And,
Yeah, obviously,
you
like,
can't ask
you
much
can't
more of
ask for him to get a point
you
every
know?
single game.
I mean, you really can't.
No.
Yeah, he's done so well. I mean, most of their top guys too are positive, plus minus. The only one that's not John Tavares again, -4.
Really?
Yep.
He's really hard on Tavares.
I am. I'm sorry. Out of their top 12 guys here, he's the only one that's minus on the plus minus.
Wow.
And then you go down all the way to Noah Gregor, who I think does a lot of penalty kill work, and has actually been a really good, like, fourth line guy for. He's got 9 points in 42 games, which isn't much, but from what they come at timely, moments in the game, and he does help out. So I have liked him, even though it doesn't show it on the score sheet. But no, I think that's your one you got to move on from.
Yeah.
And I mean, hey, he's their captain. He's supposed to be leading them, further on, in the playoffs and stuff. He's supposed to be that veteran guy that does that, and it hasn't
He
happened.
did clutch up against Tampa, though.
He did do that. He did. So he
But
finally
But
started doing
if the
stuff,
money
but it
he's
just hasn't-
making, he's got to do more.
yeah.
He's got to do more.
Yeah.
It's like that's
It's
what
hurting.
he's supposed to
Yeah.
do, and he finally did it once after.
Like
4
realistically,
years,
he's like a $8.5 million type player right now. That's how he's playing, you'd say.
Yeah, I'd say
I mean
around
that extra $3 million in cap space that could do a lot for you right now.
Mm-hmm. I mean, what does he get? It's like 11 something, right?
Yeah. But the Leafs, they have the star talent. There's no doubt about that. Matthews.
Mm-hmm.
Who did he get? He got a hat trick last night. Was it 37 goals he has?
I think it was the other night. I think it's right around that. Yep, love another hat trick from him.
Which
course,
he's
because I'm playing you in fantasy this week. Yeah, 37 goals.
he might get 70, which would be insane. Like
think
I don't
if
think
he's healthy, he gets that.
I don't think like Matthews getting enough attention for what he's doing right now.
Oh, no.
No, I think
He's leading
because the
goals.
way that the media works with Toronto,
They
all the attention's
yeah.
been on Nylander lately.
And all the attention's
is-
been on like the issues that.
Mm-hmm.
That too, and he's just kind of
Yeah, I'm losing.
Doing great.
fantasy right now.
yep,
Yeah.
Him.
winning by like 15 points or something. But yeah, no, Matthews too is a +9 right now. He's done really well defensively this year too. Tons of goals again. Leads the league. Yeah, he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. It's just the rest of the team, besides those top 4, really aren't pulling their weight.
Yeah. So it's gonna be
Um,
interesting what Toronto
So
does
I don't quite know what they're
to
gonna do.
improve at the deadline, and then another Canadian team. Well, we're talking about a lot of Canadian teams right now.
Yeah, Canada's doing some things.
The Jets are just a complete wagon of a team. They're 17-4 in their last 21 games. They just got Kyle Connor back, and
That's
yeah.
huge.
And like we
Also,
said,
he has
my fantasy
18
team.
goals.
and like we said, Connor Hellebuck just
And Hallbuck, yeah, it's been
unbelievable.
insane. 2.19 goals against average, 925 save percentage. I mean, you're going to be winning games for playing like that.
He's the type too that he knows how to get wins, which I think gets overlooked in the goalie stats sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
You look at his wins because his goals against and save percentage is right there with Brossoit. I don't know how you say his name. Brossoit. They're almost even in those two other stats, but Hellebuck's got 22 wins. Right
Yeah.
there.
And
Of-
like a thing
yeah.
right now in the NHL, like
I mean, he's played more too,
Yeah.
but still, like putting up that amount of wins is a lot.
right now in the NHL, like there's a lot of teams that are like hesitant to like pay goalies upwards of $5 million because
Mhm.
you got to build out a roster. But if you have a guy like Hallbuck you pay him because he can win you games single-handedly.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they did pay him, and it's working out in Winnipeg. And
No, they've been right on that one.
I think they're number 1 in the NHL in points, right?
It's either them or Vancouver. They're right there.
Because, like I said earlier, we don't know who's going to finish first.
Yeah, they're
in the
number
West.
1 in point percentage.
They got point percent. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vancouver currently leads the league with 64 points. Then Boston's right next to them, 63. Winnipeg's got 62. Colorado, 61. So the leading Metro team is actually the 5th in the league, and that is the
Surprising.
Rangers.
I hate the Rangers.
Are still making the playoffs, Jake.
They're gonna make the playoffs.
Hopefully
Yeah.
they fall off.
They won't.
They won't.
They got that goalie tandem. Is
Yeah.
too good.
And their power plays too
Speaking
insane,
of Canada, we said earlier, too, the Oilers are on a
They're on a heater.
long win streak that I want to end.
Mm-hmm. But it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, McDavid.
Who do they play next?
Uh,
They're probably playing tonight, I would assume. So they are playing. Oh, they're playing the Flames tonight. You
Ooh.
got Battle of Alberta.
Speaking of the Flames, they've been better as of late.
Yeah, and they're also
They're 7-3.
like we also said, they're fighting for
Yeah.
a playoff spot, right in the mix. Who did
They're right in the
Oilers
mix,
play?
but I don't know if they're going to sell off. It's going to be interesting. You know, I feel like March 8th is kind of a late deadline. Cause
I like the late
Yeah.
deadline, though.
Because you
Works
you-
out for our live
yeah.
stream.
It does. And you kind of like know at that point like what your team is and what you really need. And
Which I think is what it's supposed to be. You want to know if you're a buyer or a seller
Yeah,
at that point. You don't want to
exactly.
kind of be on the
Yeah, I don't really
bubble
like.
like, I don't know what we should do. It's kind of like
Yeah.
NFL. It's
and it's
trade
really
deadline
yeah.
so early in the year that teams don't know what their situation is yet.
I don't like trade deadlines in February.
And
I think we
the
did
races right now, so we don't have many answers on like which teams are going to be there at the end.
Mhm.
So I think that's good that it's late and it's probably going to the standings are probably going to look more clear
Yeah, a little
by the
bit.
time in March. So you'll have more of an answer what you need to do and what Dubas needs to do with Jake Guentzel.
I don't see. I don't.
Yeah,
see that
what's your
happening.
take on that, Guentzel?
I mean, you got to see what the Penguins are doing. I mean, if you're in the race, you can't trade them. You know,
No, you can't.
Mm-mm.
you can't.
You gave the core. You said we're all in, and you gave them that. You bet on them, and it's not like the core's not producing, but they're once again putting the team on their back. So
No,
Yeah,
it's-
Guentzel is
if they
part of
s-
that core.
yeah,
Too.
I mean, if they slip, then you maybe question it. But I mean, then you kind of question the whole thing because you trade him. What are you going to get? You're going to probably get some high-end draft picks and stuff.
Yeah,
that
so-
you're not going to see for another, 2 to 3 years.
If you're
And
trading-
by
yeah.
by that point, your core's just about done at that point.
Yeah.
So it's not really gonna, support them in that role. So unless you're getting prospects that are about to break out right now.
yeah. If
It's
you're trading
just-
Crosby's
doesn't
on his
really-
last
doesn't
year
really
of his
do it.
contract next year,
Mhm.
and if you're trading Guentzel, that pretty much submits that the Penguins are pretty much done for the next 5 years, and they're going to head to towards a rebuild.
Yeah. So
Which I think is going to take more than 5 years, to be honest.
they don't have money. It's pretty.
It's going to be a very hard,
gonna be
miserable
dark.
rebuild.
Dark times are ahead,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, I don't always see them consistently being at like the bottom, depending on what they, get rid of. Because our goaltending is always good, and we have some good goalies actually coming up.
Yeah, we do.
But besides that, we don't have much coming up.
Mm-mm.
But it depends on who you want to keep and who you're, getting rid of. I like keeping Guentzel long term. I think
Yeah.
too, especially you look at it at the other side of the rebuild. You have that one guy that's been here for a long time. He was the mentee to Sidney Crosby. He can kind of take it to the next generation coming up,
I'm sure,
and he's
Yeah.
got the cups, under his belt. You kind of want that guy still staying in the building and everything.
yeah, I'm sure Guentzel's having those discussions with Dubas on hey, what is this team going to look like when Crosby, Malkin, Letang are gone? Do I really want to do that?
Mm-hmm.
If he's making $10 million, maybe he does want to do that.
Which
I don't know if we
think
can
you
afford
should.
that.
Well, when they're all gone, we can.
Well,
We're not
that
gonna have
makes
anybody
sense.
else to pay.
I think he's asking for 10.
I mean,
if Nylander's getting 11.5, I think he's asking for 10.
I could see him getting like 9.
That's what we said
Really?
last week,
Yeah.
I think.
I see 10.
I see 10's a little high for him.
Yeah, but
9 would
he's
be
a
good.
great.
Because I mean, the other thing too is
He's a-
then you question it with Jake. The other way to look at it is like, okay, Crosby's done, let's say 2 or 3 years. You're giving Jake a long-term deal maybe with that 9 or 10. What's he gonna look like those last 5 without him?
Yeah.
You know, is he actually gonna be that good? Because his entire career here, and he's been great, but you're playing with Sidney Crosby as your
You mentioned, is it going to.
as your lineman the
Yeah.
entire
Like,
time.
what's he going to do? I don't think it really matter at that point because the Penguins, they probably won't be competing to sign players or. So I don't think maybe the 10 million matters, but if you're looking to trade Guentzel after, like you say, you extend him, you have him for the 3 years or 2 years that we compete, or our window is, then you can probably look to trade him and like maybe
After
retain
that,
some of
maybe.
that salary.
Yeah, you could do that afterwards. You know, maybe you only sign him to 3 or 4 years here, and then you see where you're at there.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if I would do a
It's gonna be really interesting to see.
long-term deal with Guentzel. I don't think I wouldn't do that with anybody right now, actually, on
Yeah,
our
just a
team.
little bit of a bridge deal.
But I think he's
maybe.
gonna want 8 years because you,
Probably will.
yeah,
I don't
because it's
blame him, but
guaranteed,
yeah.
and it's hard to get on the. I think you can only get 8 years if you stay with your team. When you go
I
to
think
free
it's
agency, it's
7.
only 7.
Yeah.
So, and he's not getting that $10 million when he's like 35 or whatever. You know,
True.
that extra year is pretty big.
Because how old is he now?
29.
29. Yeah.
So it'd be like 37, about depending on his.
Yeah,
birthday.
If he did an
Yeah.
8-year, yeah.
I mean,
37-year-old Jake Guentzel coming down the wing
I can't think about
with
that.
50-year-old
It's
Jeff
just
Carter.
already blowing my mind. He's 29.
No,
Like,
it's
it
not
was just
Jeff Carter.
yesterday I was watching
Jeff
his
Carter.
NHL debut.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, I remember that night vividly.
But a team and player that's going to have a big second half of the year. What do you think?
Ooh, it's gonna have a big second half.
We're going overall? Okay.
I mean, throughout the entire league, you're talking, or you're talking Penguins?
Entire league. You can pick the Penguins
that's
if you.
tough.
I mean that. Can this be somebody that's already doing good, or
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. I'm trying to figure out the parameters around this. There's so many options. I
I think
don't
Oilers continue to have a big second half.
know. Oilers, I could see that. Yeah, that was.
Player though?
I want to say somebody from New Jersey continues to. They're starting to turn around a little bit, I think.
You
Yeah.
just need to get healthy too.
That too. Maybe Timo Meyer figures it out and starts tearing it
Yeah.
up here. I mean, he's kind of been quiet.
He's
hasn't
been
really
under the
done much.
microscope for
Yeah,
the kind of
maybe-
money he's getting and
Yeah, maybe
the
he
production's
figures it
out
out
there.
because I mean, the team's starting to do a little
Yeah.
bit better, but he
For
could be
me,
one that turns
yeah.
it around. Yeah.
For me, I see the Lightning solidifying a spot in the playoffs. Obviously, Kucherov has been a complete dog this year.
He's been great.
And a player for me, I look at.
I'm now just realizing, I'm sorry to interrupt, the gap between where McDavid is and where Kucherov is in points.
Yeah, was it?
Kucherov has 75.
Yeah.
McDavid has 59.
Well, he
Yeah,
was
but
also hurt
McDavid,
quite a
yeah,
bit.
he did miss some time.
Oh yeah, true, but it's Connor McDavid,
Yeah.
so. He
yeah.
only missed like 3 games though. And like he
Something. And I didn't realize how bad Timo Meyer is this year, though.
Yeah.
Looking at it, he's a minus 18.
oof.
And a player, I
Ooh.
picked who did I pick? The team. I can't believe I forgot.
I don't know about him.
Player will
Oh, I picked the Lightning to have a big second half of the year.
I think Elias Pettersson will
And then
be-
the player for me, Matthew Tkachuk. He only has 12 goals in 45 games. So I think he really starts to get going in Florida.
I think he's a little overrated.
Really?
Yep. I think
I think
don't get me
Sam
wrong, he
Reinhart
was
will be
hot
leading that team,
and
right?
I mean,
great
he's
last year,
he's
especially in
100.
the
He's got
playoffs.
That'll be
100
my
points
first
the
one.
last 2
Sam Reinhart.
seasons.
I think has he? 100 points. Okay, but I don't know. I just don't see it. I think he's got a down year this year.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Probably could partially be like.
I mean, other guys in
still
Florida,
exhausted, tired from.
You look like
I mean,
that
he
deep run
did great
Yeah.
last year.
And the
I think
man
this
was
year
playing
he
on
he
like
did
a,
come off some injuries
He
too.
was
True.
playing on a
Yeah.
broken sternum
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
in
yeah.
the final.
And
Tough dude. I
Couldn't
like him.
get out of bed.
I like him all. I think just this year.
and other guys
a
in
little
Florida,
overrated.
you look like Sam Reinhart. 33 goals this year. Like he's stepping up.
He's another one.
So the goals are.
I think he'll continue to have
So
a
the goals are
great.
coming from
good
other
second
guys
half.
in Kachuk. But if you get Kachuk going and him starting to score goals, that's gonna be a difference maker. And it's not like he's 45 games. He's got 43 points. It's not like he's been not good. I mean, he's obviously a physical player and a guy you don't really want to go against. So those are my two picks.
I'm gonna take it to a goalie though.
Of course
Alright.
you
That I
are.
think's gonna really kind of turn it around a little
Connor
bit. They're already
Ingram.
doing good. No. I mean, yes, Ingram will continue to do good, but I think Igor's gonna start getting a little bit better. The Rangers been slipping a little bit. Quick was kind of covering them for there, but I think Igor is gonna be coming back.
Igor.
I was at that game. That was I like Igor as a goalie.
Which game?
That playoff one where we
Game
drove 'em out
3?
of the net? Yeah.
That was my
that
first time ever in Pittsburgh.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So watch
That
it.
was a great game.
What a coincidence.
But I mean, obviously that one I had to cheer against him, but I kind of followed him coming up a little bit and predicted him being a
Really?
very good
Oh
goalie.
yeah, he did.
Megan can attest to it. There's been a few others too, but
Luka Pekka-Luukkonen.
yep, Uka.
Who's the other one?
I said Sorokin too. Not as good, but
Damn, you got an eye for goalies.
oh, I do. I have like
does.
I have a whole list. I mean, I won't do it today, but
You got to show
yeah,
that
we
to do
probably
this.
gotta get
Uh,
on to pucks and deep
I have
soon.
I have my list of top goalies.
Apply for the Yotes scouting job.
I could. I mean, I don't think they have much. But, but I think Igor's gonna start doing even better now and get hot. I think that's one.
Yeah.
All right, we ready to move on to pucks and deep?
Yeah, we can do that.
It's time for this week's pucks and deep, which is if you could pick any NHL player to play you in a movie, who would it be?
I haven't.
I think I get to go first
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, you're
So,
the guest. Go
Megan
first.
knows my absolute favorite
Ooh, I
player
think I
in
know.
the league, who I honestly believe is like my, we're connected through the
Somehow?
soul,
Yeah.
somehow, so similar, is Austin Matthews.
Oh!
Austin Matthews. First off, both of us are part Mexican, both from our Mexican mothers. So shout out to Mom. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
I play forward, a little bit of center, a
In
little bit
deck
of
hockey.
in deck hockey.
deck
In deck hockey.
hockey.
I'm sorry, I can't. It's deck hockey. I can't skate.
Yeah, he can't.
But my style is a wrist shot. His style is a wrist shot. He's got a great mustache. I like to sometimes grow out that great mustache. Even if
So you're
Megan
saying-
doesn't agree.
So you're saying if you put on the skates, you're an NHL player.
Not-
No, I'm not. Without the skates, we're a little bit better. Can't skate. No, but got the same background, the kind of same play style. Two-way a little bit, but shot is the wrist shot. I don't really take many slap shots, but that's we're very similar in that way.
Yeah.
And I think he's great. And, so that would be who I want playing me in a movie. I'd be very honored.
I think we all know the answer for me. I want Sid playing myself in a movie. Obviously the hat. It's a Sid hat.
You look like him.
Yeah. People say I look like Sid. I think that's a compliment, honestly. And
For the most part.
yeah, yeah. I mean, Sid's just a great guy overall. He does a lot for the community. He's a leader and he's a great captain. And yeah, that's what I want.
You can't go wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's what I
Obviously,
can.
I can't participate in this pucks and deep.
Well,
But
you could pick somebody. There's gonna
I'm
be.
not a man. But I'm here
don't
to
know.
represent Nick for his
Oh,
option.
okay.
Nick Shimura.
Okay.
Yeah. Our beloved Nick, who could not make it today.
He's day to day.
He's not day to day. He just had to go home. He actually picked someone who's a former NHL player, Nathan Gerby, who you probably haven't heard of him because
I don't
he's a
know who
little
Nathan
lower
Gerby
end.
is.
But oh my gosh, I can't get that.
I'm surprised he didn't pick Phil Kessel, to be honest.
I kind of thought he would have picked Phil Kessel.
That could be Nick's
don't
honorable
know
mention
who
for
he
us. Didn't you have honorable mentions
Yeah,
you
did
wanted
you?
to say for you?
No, not really.
Probably McKinnon for me.
McKinnon?
Yeah.
Mention.
No,
Why?
because you're not blonde.
I didn't really put that in consideration.
I guess. I don't know.
You don't have to have an honorable
I don't think I have one. I think
That's
one that
fine.
would work for you, Megan,
Oh,
would be isn't it Ryan Graves has like the real long flowy hair. Kinda, you know,
He's
looks
tall.
like a female.
He's
Yeah.
Ryan Graves
besides
is
the
way
height,
too
besides
tall.
the height, you know, honestly, every time his picture pops up, like somewhere, I really do think it's a female, and I'm just like that looks weird.
I'd have to
And
pick a PWHL player probably, but that would take some time because I don't know everyone in the PWHL.
You should pick Amanda Kessel, because both of you have awesome
Yeah, I
and
can see
amazing
it.
brothers.
I can see it.
That would be yours.
Amanda.
Yeah, see what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh.
All
Ryan
right,
Graves.
Megan, that's your selection.
Okay. Sure. We'll go with that.
This one especially.
Oh,
this
yeah,
one
yeah.
right here.
This one. There it is.
Oh
Turn
no.
it- Can you turn that around for the people?
Well, I'll
Yeah.
edit
Okay. We'll I don't know how
Hopefully,
this works.
because
I don't
I
know.
tried editing in the pictures of Winter Classic jerseys last week, and my storage decided to be a little fussy.
Hello, Igor. He looks like
No,
a...
not
Hey,
Igor.
don't be
Gosh.
Igor.
It's personal with me and him. We go back.
Did you? I really hope the camera didn't
Yeah,
catch
I don't
that.
care. That's how I feel.
I care.
But or maybe another, you know, in a different way, my least likely
For me
to,
or you?
No, for me would be Fleury, because we have very different relationships with the post. I hate the post.
Oh yes. Do
because I
tell
always
the
hit
people about
yes.
the post.
I have a knack for hitting the post. Very good at it.
Do you smack your
Which
stick
is-
on the post?
Yeah, sometimes. I don't know. It's like a magnet. I always hit the post.
Really?
Not trying to.
He does it
Um,
in deck hockey games. He will do it in video games.
Yep. It just I can't escape it. I always hit the post a lot. But Fleury, you know, on the other hand, loves it when you hit the post, and you know, gives it a nice little pat and a kiss, and you know,
I
says,
love Fleury's
says thank you.
relationship with his posts.
So-
So cute.
I really
That
didn't
would be
think
the
about
opposite
it.
for
I really didn't think about the question that way. I don't even
You
know.
could change. Still, I could not pick one for me because
Probably Igor, because that'd be the last guy I want playing my.
Hate for Igor. Igor's so good.
least likely for me, basically everyone in the NHL.
I don't know. We could.
Not Ryan
Okay, you guys
Graves.
pick my least likely since you picked my.
Least
person.
likely.
Well, I had two most likelies for you.
What was the other one?
Amanda Kessel.
Oh yeah.
They both have amazing
Yeah,
brothers.
Your ego.
I'm not wrong.
I look nothing like Amanda Kessel though.
But they
Yeah,
have
which is
both.
just
They
a
have amazing
character.
brothers.
Yeah, you know?
that's the factor that goes
Okay,
into that.
okay. No, whatever.
I wish mine could be Phil Kessel. I don't think I'm even worthy of that though.
No,
Phil
Nick's
Kessel's just too
worthy.
good.
Nick deserves it.
That would be his.
I'm the same height as Kendall Coyne at least.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
I don't know who that is.
Do you remember the girl who skated in the All Star?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it was the fastest one.
Yeah,
Okay,
That
yeah,
was
yeah, I
her.
remember her. Okay.
she's 5'2". I'm 5'2".
Ah,
I'm short.
yes.
I'm taller than Nick though. I'm not the shortest person on the show.
It's not
There you
saying
go.
a lot.
Let me have my moment, okay? We still love you, Nick.
We love you, Nick. Hope you
well,
recover on day to day.
He's not injured. Gosh. Okay, well, on that note, that's about it.
Yeah.
Well,
Let's go, boys. Let's win tonight in Vegas and
Yes.
take care of Andrew's Yotes.
Let's go Yotes. They're at 3 today. Go watch them.
Where?
Yeah, we gotta
where are they
beat.
playing?
I think they're. I don't know if they're at home or not. They're playing Nashville, which is a must-win game
Oh
based
yeah.
on
Oh
their
yeah,
standings.
you did say Nashville earlier.
I can't remember. if
Does
they're home
look
or
like
It's
away.
in
the
the mullet.
Coyotes are home.
Oh, it's in the
Mullet.
mullet. There we go. They're great in the mullet. They're very good at home lately.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm predicting a Yotes win tonight, or I guess this afternoon. So let's go
Yeah.
Yotes. But yeah, this has been very fun. Thank
Thank-
you for
Yeah.
having me.
Thanks for
Thank you
joining.
for coming.
Of course, I will continue to send in the Coyote statements of the week, so don't you worry.
Oh,
but-
I'm sure they were worrying so much.
But yeah, no, this has been great. So thank you for having me.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we will be back next week as always. Thank you for watching, or thank you for listening. We also want to thank the Center for Media Innovation at Point Park for letting us use the studio as always. Thank our producer Faith, and also thank Nick, who works in the CMI, for coming in and helping
Shout out
us.
to Faith. First one here today.
Oh, really?
As a producer. Yep.
Okay, Faith. But yeah.
Let's go Pens.
Tuning in. Don't forget, we have merch. We will have that All-Star Draft live stream on February 1st. I don't remember what day it is. It's either the 1st or the 2nd. It's the Nope, it's the 1st. February 1st, All-Star Draft live stream. Possibly on Inside the Rink YouTube. Might be doing that with some other podcast personalities, possibly. That's what Connor was thinking. So I'll get those details worked out hopefully this week, because that live stream is coming up rather quickly. But yeah, we'll be back on Friday, not Saturday again, because thank you, Pittsburgh weather, for making things difficult.
Yeah, this worked.
Yeah.
Though.
Yeah, it worked out. But
You gotta fight.
yeah, thanks for listening.
Thank you. Let's have a shift
Alright.
day. Go Pens.
Go Yotes.
Let's go Pens.